elsewhere. You cannot afford to ignore it. Stories like members of parliament were each given a handsome amount of money. That may be so or may not be so, but it doesn't matter. They have made their point that the members of parliament received bribes and they handed down a decision which majority of people believe that it was a corrupt decision. You cannot afford to ignore that. Now, when you go to the Senate, you are told the same thing, that the members of the Senate received money in what is called, is it white bahasha or something of the sort, white bahasha. They received money from known people. Again, you cannot afford to ignore that at all. Now, when they come to the judiciary, they expect the best. They expect people who have got integrity. They expect people who can hear them and whom they cannot suspect at all. But if then they are suspecting some people, whether truthfully, whether honestly or not, it is my humble submission, the natural thing as a judge, if I was sitting where your lordships are sitting, I would say, as Khaminwa, I'm walking out. Do not sit. It is the judiciary that people have got confidence in. And I may remind you, lordships, very respectfully, it is the judiciary that people of Kenya actually have respect for. It is the judiciary, the judges, that people think that can do good in Kenya. When we had a problem in the year 2007, it is the judiciary that saved the country. When we had a problem recently during the time of President Uhuru Kenyatta, and the matter went to the Supreme Court, it is again the judiciary that saved the country. Now, if you find that people now are questioning the very institution of the judiciary, it is my humble submission that as a judge, move out. Say thank you, I'm moving out. That does not necessarily mean that there is something wrong with you at all. And as I've said, my lords, I've spent many years appearing before your lordship, Mr. Justice Ogola, in Mombasa. At no time did anybody ever open his mouth and say to me that, Khaminwa, this Justice Ogola is this, is this, is this, is this. Nobody ever did it. My Lord, Mr. Justice Murima, I've had the privilege of appearing before you in many cases. There are cases where you have given me rulings. There are cases where you have not given me orders at all. But at no stage did I ever entertain an idea that there's something wrong with Justice Murima. We have confidence in all of you. But now we have this concept of perception. There are some people who feel very strongly that Justice Ogola should be out. Justice Murima should be out. My lady judge, may I say I'm leading you, I'm not discriminating against you. I'm one who has fought for rights of women. And I kept on shouting very loudly that we want women judges. I have not had the fortune of appearing before you very often.
Actually, you have on a couple of times.
I was sorry. My memory is letting me down because of it. Yes. But my lords, may I say, I have had the opportunity of appearing before you. And may I say this, my lords, if you go and check Judicial Service Commission records, you will not find a single letter from John Khaminwa complaining against any judge. I have never done such a thing at all. It's because I've got confidence in our judges. I've got confidence in our magistrate that they deliver justice. But I'm just saying you, my lords and my lady, if at this time we have some people who feel very strongly because that they may not get justice before you at all, please walk out. Don't continue to hear the case. And indeed, the people who are saying that your lordships or my lady should not hear this case, when they are speaking, you cannot really criticize them. They have got some valid complaints.